Hi, this is Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This is a battle on the Halouf map, standard battle, and we're following Buncey from King's Clan in his Tier 5 T1 Heavy. Right, so gonna head to the normal battling ground for heavy tanks, which is in the C1, C2, C3 area. He's getting a bit of grief from a couple of tanks here. I'm not sure if they're trying to push him or just trying to get it out of the way, but that T-34 is just driving pretty badly. So that M5A1 is shooting off and Buncey's trying to keep up. It's a relatively fast heavy tank. It's got good gun traverse and pretty powerful gun. Yeah, that T-34's got no idea what he's doing. Yeah, so it's a good performing heavy tank if you're thinking of going up the American line. I'd advise you go to the T1 rather than going through the Shermans, because you will end up with the 90mm gun when you get to the T29, so you don't have to do the stock grind with the basic gun. Anyhow, yeah, so here we are getting close to that area, and he spots the Striv, and it gets a nice shot from the T-34, who just really doesn't seem to know what he's doing. So yeah, Buncey gives him a bit of a serve in the chat. So this is on this ANZ server, and of course you've got bots in the game, but obviously the critical tanks you need to really dispose of the ones with the human players. So the Striv is there. Buncey was angling, but not quite enough. So he was catching the shots, and now the Striv is just bouncing off his armor, and he manages to get him out of the way. The Ram 2, that's what was the Canadian tank, but this premium Tier 5, I think. So Buncey disposes of him with a well-aimed shot there. Just moved to a premium round just to get rid of him. So he's heading now to what's potentially a crossfire. So he's getting close to this rock so that he can get around behind the T14 without exposing himself to the Stug 3 that's just around the corner. He's putting shot after shot into the back of the T14. Hasn't really noticed. He was focusing on getting rid of the M4A1, and he's finally turned around to see what's happened and just to get a glimpse of Buncey as he fires the killing shot. So now yeah, the KV1's finally caught up and coming around the corner. Buncey's asking for a bit of help to keep progressing. They're only one tank up. Away, puts a shot into the Stug 3, but misses. There's an AT2, puts a shot in, but yeah, it doesn't penetrate, or actually might have missed. I'm not 100% sure just then. The AT2 is notorious for its frontal armor, so everyone's making a good decision to back away and try and flank. So we'll see if the enemy tanks respond to that. So he's heading around here, finds a bot B1, and he's still got premium rounds loaded. We'll see if Buncey notices that. It'll cost him a fair chunk if he keeps firing premium rounds. Yes, he's switched back to standard rounds. So just being a bit careful to see whether there's tanks in the background who might be shooting across the valley at him, but so far nothing's coming in. And he's just disposing of this B1 to make sure he's not going to take any unnecessary damage. Puts in the killing shot, and he's up to 4 kills so far. Now there's a Hetzer here who is a human player, and yeah, he's got the Stug 3 behind him. He must have just walked into line of sight. The Hetzer does put in a round, switch to premium rounds, probably couldn't afford it, switch back again, and gets finished off by Buncey. So he's just again backing off there, was well lit, and you wouldn't know necessarily where the enemy was turning around. So he's just went back basically to try and figure out which way they were facing, and now he's coming around behind, knowing with reasonable confidence that they'll be facing the other way. So the rear of the AT2 is penetrable. This side shot, yeah, no, not so good, but he really needs to get onto the back plate and do it. But while he's doing that, he's got one of these T90 Type 95s. They're a bit of a challenge. They do fire heat, as you can see, and he managed to pen Buncey. So really a good idea to get rid of them as quickly as you can. They're not that heavily armoured, so he's just focusing down. They're also good for your hit points. They're good pinatas, effectively. So now Buncey can focus on the rear of the AT2 and go through with ease without resorting to premium ammo. So up to 3,500 damage already, and on 7 kills. And he's noticed there's a VK 2001 there. It is a bot player, but it's only got other bot tanks around him apart from the KV1. It does notice the Panzer IV-H up on the balcony there. Doesn't look like he's got a clear shot at Buncey, so he's pretty safe to keep progressing this direction. Plus, he was right on the edge of view range, so if Buncey wasn't lit, then he wasn't really going to be in any trouble. So just pushing on to this VK to see if he can get some more damage. And you can see the other tanks there are just bot tanks, so it looks like that was a shot from the DW2. It's also a bot, and yeah, you can just push around here and take advantage of the hit points available. And you can see he moves pretty quickly, so he managed to get in a good ram there and just finally finishes him off. So now they're looking at the map. There's only 3 enemy tanks left. There's Lux in the middle, who is a bot as well. And there's 2 tanks left apart from that who are driven by human players, the Panzer IV-H and the Stug 3B. So they're the 2 threats really which need to be addressed, and the Stug 3 on Buncey's team has removed the Lux. So now it's just a matter of pushing on to see whether he can get. He's got a good 4,000 damage now. Excellent shooting there, Buncey, and he's on 8 kills, so he's already got a Radley Walters medal. You do get these from tier 5 onwards, so some good medals to have because they're pretty rare. So let's see whether he can get anything more to get to that elusive Pools medal, which requires 10 or more kills. So fingers crossed with Buncey, and we'll see what he can get out of this. There's a lot of affirmatives going on here. This is patch 1.10, but this match was played a few weeks ago. It's quite possible that the micro patch that came in today has changed some of the field commands, so that might just be a replay bug of sorts. So I'm not sure that they're all just saying affirmative to each other. Probably was some paying attention type commands to areas up in front. So we'll see how that progresses with the replays and the patches. But so far they haven't been saying. There's a bit of damage given to one of the tanks there, so there definitely is some danger, and Buncey was just lit there by the enemy Stug, and he's exposed, so he's putting some shots in. He's just switched to premium range. The first shot bounced, and yeah, he's just gone out of range there. He's gone drop bit behind the hill, so still not sure where the Panzer IV-H is. He was, you can see him on the minimap for his last known position, so it could be anywhere really, and so you've just got to be a bit careful. Both the Stug 3 and the Panzer IV-H could do damage to the T1, and potentially have got better view range, particularly with the Stug might having binoculars. But anyway, they're very close to each other now, so view range is not going to be a consideration. There's the Stug 3. I'm not sure if Buncey's noticed just yet. He has, turns around, puts a quick snapshot in and kills him. Again, with a round that makes sure that it will go through, and the Panzer IV-H has killed the Stug 3 bot on Buncey's team, but let's see whether he's got 9 kills now. Will he get that elusive 10th? So he's managed to get a lock on him, puts in a shot, goes for the ram, and kills him, gets his 10th kill. So well done, Buncey, that's your Pools medal. So he manages to put a request in and get the kill at the same time. Well done. So of course an ace tanker badge for that game there, Buncey. All in all, bruiser and fighting medals. The key ones are the Pools medal for getting at least 10 kills in the battle, the high caliber reward for the amount of damage, and Top Gun of course for getting over 6 kills. So he's finished well on top, managed to get 4,465 damage. Yeah, not much assisted damage, but then he was pretty much at the forefront and not leaving his team much option. 1823 base experience is well above the ace tanker level for this tank, which would be around about 1300 EXP. So again, fabulous result and well above the rest of his team. 47 shots fired, 44 connected, so very good accuracy there. 40 penetrated, which explained why switching to premium every now and then, and killed 10 of the tanks there. Finished with a little bit of coin, with some premium account there, and good swag of EXP.